Guys, deluded. I'm back again. England won. Colombia won. Obviously, we went down to penalties, and for once in a World Cup or any major competition in my lifetime, we actually win. We actually win a shootout. So yeah, mine's all over the place. We're into the next round. Obviously, we play Sweden. After Sweden, there's a prospect of a couple nations, but Croatia probably the most eye-watering of fixtures. We've got a good carrot in the sense that yes, if England don't do it, I want Brazil to win it. If Brazil could potentially be out by the time we next play, Uruguay or France, someone's got to go out in that game. So yeah, man, it's a crazy World Cup, and as long as you're in it, you have half a chance, generally speaking. That being said, excluding the first 20 minutes, I wasn't happy with England. First 20 minutes, we were giving it to them. We were playing a bit direct. I did feel in general throughout the whole game we could have put a bit more crosses in, considering it's Ospina in goal. You all know the connotations with him and crosses at Arsenal. You've got some good crosses collectively on the pitch, and you've got Harry Kane to put them in it. So for bar the first 20, excluding the first 20, I did think our standards dropped. I don't want to say our standards dropped. I don't feel we played terrible, but I do think both sides did a very good job of pressing the opposition high, cancelling them out. Both sides probably were forced to play negative passes. Both sides probably played too many negative passes. Probably not the most glamorous of football we've seen this week, this World Cup. And if I'm harsh, probably both sides, specifically England, not really creating clear-cut chances. Yeah, there was a couple. Kane did very well with one header that went over the bar, and there was a couple like that, but they weren't, throughout the first half especially, Ospina weren't having to make too many saves like that, per se. Colombia was starting to grow into the game, in my opinion, as the second half went on, and kind of against the run of play, in my opinion, we've got a penalty. It's clearly a penalty. I don't know what Carlos Sanchez is doing. He messed up in the first game against Japan. He's got his hands all over Harry Kane. Obviously, Harry Kane slots it in, and it's 1-1. And we're doing such a good job until the last minute when we don't, when our concentration goes and they score from a set piece. For me, that tells you many things. Colombia have scored many late goals is an exaggeration, but Colombia have scored a lot of late goals. They've scored a decent amount this World Cup. For me, it goes in. It's the concentration levels, because I did like how we weren't afraid to play under pressure and stuff like that. I felt Maguire was decent today. I did feel it was a bit stale. We could have played with a bit more tempo, a bit more direct, did things in less touches at times. And what concerns me as well is we've got a good system. For once, it looks like, I know many a time it hasn't looked like England have a clear way of playing. We finally got a clear way of playing, in the sense that we like to build from the back and them things there. But this three at the back, we're very rigid. I can't really see us playing another formation and at this time in the tournament. It does concern me, because when you're playing three at the back, the midfield, they have to offer something on the ball. The fullbacks is great for Trippier and whoever was on the left hand side, young at a time, two good crosses to go forward and stuff. But the midfield have to offer something on the ball. I don't feel Henderson and everybody who played today offered anything. I'm not going to sit here and say Wilshere should be in the squad and all of these things, but someone with a bit more creative know-how should be there. I don't want to say Loftus-Cheek should have started, because in his last game he wasn't really impressive for me. I felt Dele Alli was anonymous today. I did feel there was a lack of play in the midfield, and you could say, I know Glenn Hoddle just couldn't stop being biased and praising England, but in my opinion that's why you saw Kane and Sterling dropping deep continuously. You're seeing, there was a point in the first half, I'm so sure I saw Kane near his centre halves, and then they were saying, look at Kane doing everything. Mate, you don't want him there. It's like Messi for Argentina. Yeah, they can make something happen with one blink of an eye, but you don't want your star player there. And if you're Colombian centre halves, Davinson Sanchez knows him. They're teammates. He knows what Kane can do. You don't want, if he's next to his own centre halves, that's good for them. Like I said, play was a bit negative. Could have played a bit more direct. Like I said, you saw Kane and Sterling were a bit frustrated and coming deep. For a bit, there was a bit of elements, especially in the first half for me, of nervousness, and things like that. I don't know why Trippier is taking free kicks, and I had to write that down. Don't know who told him he's Dani Alves. Colombia were clearly here to intimidate, to foul up the place, to scare people. And I must admit, credit to Sterling for not reacting. Because if you imagine he reacted to that coach, what the Daily Mail and all them things, the headlines they would have got. He really thought about his family and the things that they would go on with. I felt Maguire was decent. Obviously, it's nice to see us step up for penalties. Nice to see Rashford, considering he didn't start the match and you're trying to adjust to the tempo of the game. I felt he did very well. He backed up his talk. For those who don't know, he said if it ever happens, he'll step up. Many men talk the talk, and when it's time to walk the walk, they don't walk it. And he took a convincing penalty. In fact, they all did. Henderson, yours was Buki. Dyers, I don't know why you was fifth and you was just about winning, but we'll take it. But there's so much more we can improve, and I don't want to sound sour in these things because at the end of the day, at this moment in time, it's the business end of the competition. You just want to go through. But we do need to improve, man. The style of play is good that we like to play from the back, and we weren't panicking under pressure. A couple of times Maguire and Stones probably overplayed, but we need to play with a bit more zap because the bigger nations will trouble us. We can't assume we're going to beat Sweden just because it's Sweden. No disrespect to them. They're here for a reason. They're in the last stages for a reason. You have to treat them with a lot of respect. Yeah, man. Dele Alli, I don't know how fit he is because I don't know how it took so long for him to come off because you could see he was limping and stuff. If we can improve on the midfield, offering some creativity, if we could... Actually, I'd like to see us create some more chances because I can't think of any clear-cut chances. We had close shaves, but there weren't enough clear-cut chances for me. And when there's Kane and Sterling makes good runs off Kane. Kane scores all sorts of goals, so you've got to give him all sorts of service. I did think we could have played... We missed a trick not putting enough long balls in there. But what can you say? We should have really kept our concentration, and we did get cocky towards the end, in my opinion. We saw Walker's under-hit pass and things like that. We really should have won it in normal time. But that's what you get, man. And we got let off today. We showed our bottle to win on penalties. Hopefully, some more convincing performance on Saturday because it was a boring game in all honesty. But the World Cup's coming home, isn't it? Guys, deluded. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out. Thank you very much for watching, man. And all you Colombian players, credit, commiserations to you. You're all duds at the moment for how you continued based on that game, man. Yeah. Shout out to Quintero. You might even get a move now and resurrect your career. I'm out, guys. Deluded. Oh yeah, I didn't even say. Yeah, Yerry Mina scored the header in the 90th minute from the corner. It was actually a good shot before that actually happened. I forgot to mention that. I'm out now for real.